Hello, Dr. Bob Flower here with your Monday, March 28th, 2011 Master Pattern Report. All right, so last week we called for moves in silver on the 23rd and 24th, and the Master Pattern hit on both days with moves of almost 3% on the 23rd and 1% on the 24th. The Master Pattern is predicting a top in silver shortly, probably sometime this week. This will not be too long of a drop here, but I think you're going to see it topping at this point. $37. That's a good run. Well on our way to $50 for the year. We also call for a top of the S&P to occur soon, and this we think will occur by late this week, mid of next week. It certainly looks that. We're going to talk about the reason why pretty soon. I'll tell you, I'd rather be short this week due to all the forces at work in our country and the international markets. What's going on there? We're going to see some labor unrest within the next week or so, perhaps even nationwide strikes. And this is largely due to the budgets of the major states: Illinois, New York, California, Texas, are reducing their budgets significantly. Look at New York, $10 billion in cuts and no new taxes. Although I do believe that there are going to be raises in certain types of fees, driver's licenses and permits and things of that sort. But those are significant cuts, and you can bet your life that there's going to be a lot of blood in the streets. And talking about blood in the streets, a couple of you had asked, why am I pushing real estate now? Well, the ancient Medici family, the originators of the Bank of Italy, which then became the Bank of America, they had a famous motto to this day, and that is, buy to the sounds of cannon and sell to the cheers of the crowd. Okay, and that's pretty much what's going on with real estate these days. To be honest with you, we have been looking in areas such as Florida and Arizona and Nevada. Nevada is in a free fall, and if you can be a mid to longer term investor, that's the place to be. Especially for you younger and middle-aged folks, believe me, it's what I did. Made a fortune in real estate in that respect back in the end of the 70s, early 80s, and then again in the 90s, a big hit there. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Almost 50 years in real estate investment and finance. So in any event, what's behind the scene in Libya? Well, in a word, we're helping the Brits, the French, and the Italians, who are very heavily connected with Libya, and they've leaned on Obama to give them the help that's required. Our technology, our war technology, is far superior to anything else on the planet. They realize this, and they know that it would be a big advantage to have us in there, and that's exactly what's happening. Okay, Obama and his people don't want to be there. Trust me. However, this can turn into a political gold mine for us. If the other Mideast devils, such as Syria and Yemen, really explode, the United States and allies have the opportunity to say whether they wish to jump in or not because of their move into Libya. This may cause a major free-for-all between the forces of good and evil, thereby bringing about the biblical War of Armageddon. Now, why do I say that may be good? Well, if nothing else, this move could very well reduce the power of China and Russia, in that they will lose their ability to utilize these countries as their puppets, and upset the real estate, the United States economically and politically. So this could be an opportunity here, and to further democratize the Mideast. So let's keep an eye on this and not be too critical one way or another until it all plays out. As long as they're willing to be flexible and move in whatever direction we need to move, I think we're going to be fine. Okay, let's get back to what we think is going on right now economically. And the master pattern has been showing me something, and I have not been able to interpret it to my satisfaction. I think what it's trying to show is something along the lines of fear concerning our markets. And the fear is this. Late last week, the Philadelphia Fed announced that it's considering raising the prime rate from half a point up to 2, maybe 2.25 points a long time during this year, or at least by the end of the year. Now, we've talked about this in the past. This is disaster. This is absolute disaster. It will kill any possibility of the real estate recovery. So you have to take that into consideration when purchasing real estate. So it doesn't bother you, and you're well ahead of the game. And of course, borrowing. It's going to raise up the amount of GDP that we're going to have to pay for these bonds that we've sold to people. That's going to be devastating. We can go from where we're at, somewhere around 40%, to 80%, 70 or 80% in no time at all with that kind of raise. That's a significant raise. 1.5 to 2% of 14 trillion is what? 280 billion dollars more per year in payments. I mean, that's staggering. That could really be devastating to us. Okay, so we are in the process of finalizing a new type of predictor model employing the laws of potential. This is so accurate, it's uncanny. One needs only to plug in some of the basic information from an applicant, and within seconds, a minute or so, the principles of potential define the basis of the issue as the proper direction to resolve the issue. I'd invite you to apply to our website, drbobflower.com, and take a look at our new brochure. This is what it looks like. Okay, and check it out there. See what we're offering. Utilize it. Take a test run, and then let us know what you think of it. I'm sure you're going to love it because it is incredibly accurate, almost as accurate as our timing calls. Okay, so I want you to have a good week. Next week we're going to be filming from beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. Wish you were all there. Can't house you, but wish you were all there. Have a great week, and things are starting to happen. So keep your powder dry and stay alert, folks. Have a good one.